All right, let's jump right in. We're about to explore an idea that might just flip your whole understanding of memory, time, and even yourself completely upside down. And it all kicks off with a statement that sounds, well, frankly, impossible. Okay, just let that sink in for a minute. This is a quote from the Buddha. He's saying he remembers the death of another Buddha from some unimaginable ancient past as clearly as if it happened yesterday. I mean, that's kind of like you or me saying, we remember Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon, not from a history book, but like we were there. How on earth is that even possible? It just shatters all our rules about how time and memory are supposed to work.
And that right there is the big question we're going to unpack. Because this isn't just some strange poetic line. It's actually a key that unlocks a totally different way of seeing our own lives. I mean, what does it mean to remember something that happened eons before you were even born? To even get our heads around that quote, we've got to realize that we're dealing with a completely different operating system here. The Buddha is seeing time in a way that is just radically different from our normal, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of timeline.
So before we dive into that deep end, let's take a quick look at our own perspective. Let's talk about the lens that most of us, most of the time, see our lives through.
For most of us, it seems like common sense, right? I am this body. My story started when I was born, and it's going to end when this body dies. It's one life, one timeline with a clear beginning and a very clear end. And that makes this one life feel incredibly precious, and maybe a little scary, because it feels like it's the only shot we get.
And when you put these two views side by side, wow, it's a massive difference. Look at our common view. The self is stuck to one body, time is this finite thing that's always running out, and life is just a single story. But then you look at the Buddha's view, and it's the complete opposite. A self that's connected to everyone. Time is this endless, abundant resource. And this life, it's just one chapter in a much, much bigger book.
Okay, so let's get to the heart of it. This is where we stop seeing ourselves as these little isolated islands and start seeing something way, way bigger. The concept is known as the Boundless Self.
So here's the core idea. That quote from the beginning about remembering a past Buddha, it's not about some kind of magic trick. It's about identity. If your existence isn't just trapped in this one body, but is woven into this huge cosmic web of countless beings across all of time, well then, their stories and their memories are, in a very real way, part of your story. Suddenly your life isn't just 80-some years long, it's timeless.
Now think about what this actually means. For us, right now. If you just try this idea on, even for a moment, the implications are absolutely staggering. All that pressure we feel, that frantic, I'm running out of time feeling, it just evaporates. The fear of having only one chance to get things right, it disappears. And maybe most importantly, our chance to learn, to improve, to help people, it expands from one short life to, literally, infinity.
And all of this builds to an even more profound place. See, this isn't just some abstract philosophy. It speaks directly to one of our deepest, most human fears, the fear of just ending, of being erased.
This flows directly from that idea of a boundless self. If you are not just this one fragile body, but you're actually an expression of something continuous and timeless, then the death of this body isn't the end of the story. It's just turning a page. That deep-seated fear of being wiped out completely just starts to lose its power.
And here's the other side of that coin. When fear shrinks, potential expands. With endless time and endless lives, the opportunities we have to make a difference, to learn, to love, they become infinite. Every mistake you make isn't some final crushing failure. It's just a lesson for the road ahead. Every moment of kindness isn't just some fleeting good deed. It's a ripple you're sending out across a timeless ocean.
So, this all sounds pretty amazing, right? Boundless time, boundless lives, boundless potential. So what's the catch? If we have all of that, what's actually holding us back? What's the real limit here?
Well, the answer we're given is incredibly clear, and it's a tough one to swallow. The restriction isn't something out there in the world. It's not the universe, it's not fate, it's not other people. The real barrier is a lot closer to home. And there it is. The cage we're in is one we built ourselves. Delusion is the belief that we're small, separate, and that this one life is all there is. An attachment? That's just us clinging to that small story for dear life. According to this teaching, those thoughts, those habits of mind, they're the only things that are truly in our way. So we'll end with this question for you to think about. If all those limits we feel every day, the limits of time, of opportunity, of who we think we are, if they aren't real universal laws, but are actually just a product of our own minds. What happens when we start to change our minds? What becomes possible when we realize the key to unlocking this boundless existence has been in our own hands all along?